So here we are ready for our next layer. I want to make my color a little bit darker, and I'm also going to add a little green because I want it to look like we're starting to see our tree line, but I still want it to be that kind of grayish blue color. Ooh, I put way too much in there. I'm going to drag you over here and add some water. That black is very powerful. That's looking very blue. Where's my green? Okay, let's see how this looks. We want it to be darker than the color before it. Now this one, I want it to start to look like a tree line. So I'm going to start, oh, I don't know if that one's dark enough. Almost like grassy. Okay, I'm going to add, I had a slightly darker color next to it, so I'm going to add some more of that darker color. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to make like grass, and then I'm going to go in and think about the kind of shapes that like an evergreen tree makes. I might get a more square brush too. Okay, so I want to make my tree like an evergreen tree. I'm going to start with the center and think about those pine conifer, pine leaves, pine cones? No, what are they called? Pine branches? So I want to work kind of sideways. We want it to be very irregular, very natural looking. Nature is irregular, organic, kind of random. So I'm working sideways here to make my branches. Oh, that is looking absolutely beautiful. So notice that my color is darker. My shapes are more detailed, more jagged. I want this to be like the mountaintop. I want it to be kind of like going in and then up again. Nice tall trees, as Bob Ross would say, happy little trees. I wonder if there's this is my Bob Ross impression, guys. I wonder if there's a squirrel. I was going to say a shrimp. There's definitely, maybe there's a shrimp living in my trees. That's fine. This is a forest of shrimps. A shrimp forest. Maybe there's a little gnome. Maybe at the base of my beautiful trees there's some happy little mushrooms. This looks pretty. I like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take some water and I'm going to push it down. This one's definitely going to go lower. So, pushing that down to my tree line. This tree looks kind of weird. I'm going to give you more branches. I'm going to do a close-up on how to paint some of these as well. And I'm going to get a better brush. Okay, looking good. And we're going to let that dry before moving on to our next layer.